Alright, so this is a video to show you what it is exactly that I practice when I sit around, and I mess with my cube. The very first thing is that when you get a scrambled cube, it's actually, the official scramble is green in front of you, white on top, right? And the very first thing that you have to know about a competition is that when you're in a competition, they give you 15 seconds to inspect, and then you get to start the timer. And as soon as you start the timer, clock goes, and then you stop the timer. I got one over there somewhere. But anyway, I'm gonna work through this. I'm gonna give you a solve here just so that I don't just bore you talking about it. My cross here is actually gonna be green, and I'll explain more a little bit in more detail in a little bit. My lighting is not optimum, but no excuse. Alright, so first off, 22.449. I could do better than that, of course, but I probably should have warned you. Whenever I practice in front of anybody, it's just I flop quite a bit. But the point is here that I'm going to show you exactly what I'm looking at, what it is exactly that I'm practicing when I'm solving multiple times. See, what I'm doing is, first of all, I have to figure out a way to do the first cross really fast. So in this case, I've got a few other pieces. See, I usually pick out the cross that's a little bit partially done. Like this case, there's one piece of it, and there's another one right there of the blue, and there's another one that I can place here and put it, and then this little piece, the last piece of it. And you have to solve that within the first few seconds of your solve. And if possible, you have to also pick a first corner, because you're going to be filling in the corners right after that, and you want to flow into that. Okay, now let's see how this one goes. Hopefully it goes a little better. It's going really bad, really bad. Look at that, lousy, super lousy. But hey, messed up. And again, what you want to do, see, and that's what you want to avoid. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to avoid bad solve, and that's why you want to avoid mistakes to where you actually lock up your cube because you're going so slow. And so what you want to do, of course, you want to do your cross, and then flow right into your corners, and then flow into the top and finish the solve. This one, I'm see 3 pieces of the cross, and there's the fourth one right there, and hopefully it'll go a little bit better. And then on the last solve, I'm just going to show you exactly what it is. I'm going to show you slower what I am doing. Again, bad solve, 24 seconds. And so, anyway, I'm gonna do one more, and then we'll go to the walkthrough. And usually you want to practice with people around, because when you're in a competition, you've got people making noise. I mean, it's a very social event. Competitions are super social, and you want to be in an atmosphere where you're just used to that. You get yourself used to that environment, that noise level and all that. So that's why it's a good idea to just practice when there's people around. And shut up, see if I can do this right. Bit better, but could have improved. And that's what you want to do. You want to improve to the point that you do under what your personal bests are. Usually I do this in under 22 seconds easily. I mean, this is bad, all of them. But anyway, besides the point. So anyway, what I'm going to show you slowly what it is that I'm actually practicing, and hopefully it makes a little bit of sense to you. And again, you make mistakes, like right now, it's not going as well as I wish, but that's the point. I mean, you learn from the mistakes. You learn, and then you adjust, and then you make adjustments and learn exactly what it is that you did wrong, so that you don't make the same mistakes in competition. So what I'm looking at, again, 15 seconds to inspect, and I'm looking for a cross, which I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 parts of the cross. This itch, that's what I'm looking at, and there's my center right there, and there's another part right there, that fourth part. So what I want to look at, I'm looking at it. This is going to go to the bottom. This one goes here, and then I see this blue is after white. See that? White, blue. That's what I'm looking at. So, and then the green goes actually on that side. So what I'm doing is figuring out a way to really fast put this behind it, down, and then to where I got 3 parts of the cross really fast, place it, and finish a cross so fast within just a few seconds. And at the same time that I'm doing that, I'm looking for my first corner, which it's right there. See that pair? And see that pair right there? They actually will be together, and I'm going to insert them right there in the back. Don't joke about that. And then there's another pair right there. And again, I'm going really fast. I'm doing one thing, and at the same time, I'm looking for the next step all the time. And I'm already eyeing this pair right here. See that? And my finger tricks, what I'm practicing is doing it so fast that I flow into it. And when I get to this last corner, this one is the one where it's critical, to me at the very least, because I'm an intermediate solver. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, see, I've got the 2 parts to it right there. Now, I could just insert them, but then I notice the way it's set up. See, I decide whether I'm going to hammer it in or I'm going to slide it in. In this case, because it's adjacent to it, so I prefer to slide it in. And I know this algorithm, of course, right away. And with one algorithm, I finished the top of the cube, and then I got one more algorithm left, which is going to be a G-perm, because I see it right away. I'm not going to turn the cube up, by the way. Wherever it lands, I'm actually going to spin just the top. Like in this case, I've got the two headlights right there, and I've got this piece right here. That's what I'm looking at, this one right here. And that indicates to me what G-perm I'm going to do to finish the solve. And again, it's just so fast, because you will decide within a split second which algorithm you need to finish the top, which is the PLL, and then which of the 21 algorithms you will need to complete the solve. And it's very fast, very challenging. It's quite different than just solving the cube, but it is fun. I mean, it's just a fun thing to do. I invite you, I hope that you learn to solve the cube. And if you ever do under like a couple minutes, and if there's a competition near you, you really should try it. It's a very social event. I've met people like Tristan Wright, who, by the way, was cheering for me during the one-handed competition at my last event. And that was, I guess, the highlight of it. And meeting Anthony Brooks and Nick Stanton and Austin Reed, who are the best speedcubers in Arizona. And of course, my friend Mike DeCock, who's an organizer and the delegate. And the Jaramillo family and the Pratt family, who are awesome people, just very friendly. And little Jake Roberts and Matthew Hendricks, the California cuber, who he's the first person to approach me during a competition and just made friends with me. Really awesome kid. And then there's Mario Lopez. Mario Flores. Mario Flores. He is quite the character. I mean, just he's so confident in his ability, but he is very fast, and so much fun to hang out with that kid. And it's just that's the part of it that I think is even more fun than all else. Just meeting people from all over the country, making friends, and enjoying learning more about speed cubing from people that enjoy it as much as I do. Hopefully, you enjoyed this at least a little bit, and I'll see you next time.